Hi guys, I'm Steve Xavar and thank you for watching my new video. Today we're going to talk about Carl Linnaeus, the person that we saw last time that changed the taxonomy.
John Ray was a genius when he was young, then describing Carl Linnaeus would be hard. Carl Linnaeus is the exact opposite of John Ray. Carl Linnaeus is a kid who hated school and a naughty child. Can you believe that a kid like Carl Linnaeus would after become a well-known naturalist? Well, on his way to becoming a naturalist, he met three very helpful helpers. The first one is his father. When Carl Linnaeus was young, he never stopped asking questions. Just as many parents hate, Carl Linnaeus' father encourages him greatly to ask more questions. However, there's a catch in that. Carl's father doesn't allow his son to ask the same question more than once. Due to this rule, Carl had no choice but to jot his questions and the answers down. Soon, the good habit of jotting important things down and summarizing came to him helpfully and naturally. This helped him very much in the future. However, the devastating problem came to little Carl Linnaeus again in middle school. He hated school and everything about it.
But he liked messing with gardens and helping others clean up their gardens. This caught his principal Daniel Lauren's eye. Mr. Lauren not only gave Carl Linnaeus permission to mess with his gardens, but he also introduced botanist Johann Rotham to Carl Linnaeus. Johann Rotham loved his little Carl too much. He even taught Carl everything hand by hand. Afterwards, Carl Linnaeus successfully got accepted to the University of Rand. However, Johann encouraged Carl to go to the University of Uppsala, which was the best university in Sweden at that time. So now, third helper came along as well. They were university professors Olaf Celsius and Olaf Rudbeck. They provided Carl Linnaeus with shelter and food. Only in his second year of university, he led class for Professor Rudbeck. Carl Linnaeus' class was very welcomed most of the times. Hundreds of people would come to listen. It seemed that he was very knowledgeable in plant study. Olaf Celsius' nephew, Anderson Celsius, was also an astronomer who invented the temperature scale, where 100 originally represented the freezing point of water and 0 represented the boiling point. Jean-Pierre Christian in 1744 reversed the scale to create a centigrade scale, renamed in 1948 to the Celsius scale in use today. In 1732, Carl Linnaeus earned an expedition to Lapland. Lapland is just north of Sweden. Part of it is in the Arctic Circle. Carl Linnaeus left on May 12th. His transportation vehicle is on feet and horse. Carl's expedition is basically walking on the edge of the Gulf of Bothnia. There were 3 times where they went deeper into the land, traveled clockwise around the coast of Gulf of Bothnia, making major inland incursions from Umia, Luleå, and Tornio, where he returned to his university. It was October already.
In 6 months, Carl Linnaeus traveled 2,000 kilometers and found more than 100 new species of plants, including his favorite, twinflower. Afterwards, this type of flower was named after Carl Linnaeus. The flower is now called Linnea borealis. Carl Linnaeus put everything he learned on the expedition into a book named Flora Laponica. In the book, it was the first time talking about nomenclature and classification.
In 1735, April, Carl Linnaeus left again. He left from Sweden and his destination was Hamburg. He caused trouble again. He exposed to the mayor by proposing the 7-headed hydra that the mayor collected. So he quickly went to the University of Hardwick. This university was famous because it claimed to getting a PhD degree takes 1 week. Within 2 weeks, he had completed his oral and practical examinations, which was awarded for a doctoral degree. After, he went straight to Leiden. There, Linnaeus became acquainted with one of the most respected physicians and botanists in the Netherlands, Herman Boerhaave. It was also in 1735 that Linnaeus published Systema Naturae, the most important book of his life. In the first edition of the book, was only 12 pages long, and since then, Linnaeus have done so. And as the book continues to be reprinted, it covered more and more species of plants and animals. By the 10th edition of 1758, it contained 4,000 animals and 7,700 plants. Let's make some examples here about why Carl Linnaeus is called the father of taxonomy. Classifying plants and binomial nomenclature are all written in Latin, which wasn't as common at that time like English and French. But Latin doesn't change so much because not many people use it as other languages, so that it would be the perfect language to name all species of plants and animals in order to decrease ambiguity. Carl Linnaeus made some sexual system which classifies all lives by the amount of stamens and pistils they have. Canna, for example, belong to the single stamen group, and Cinchona and Goncathion all belong to the 5-stamen group, while only having one pistil. Adonis, because of the multiple pistil and stamen, is in the multiple stamen group, and Polypodium have none, so that in a different group also. For animals, they use binomial nomenclature to separate species of animals. With genus, the start, and species following it, Carl Linnaeus made the name Homo sapiens for humans. Homo means human and sapiens means knowing and understanding, so Homo sapiens means smart human. While another example is wolf and dog. All of their taxonomy chart is the same except for their genus. Both of them start with Canis lupus, however, dog have an extra family behind it, so for people that take a dog as a pet, you have a home wolf beside you. Fun fact, for East Gray kangaroos, their scientific name is Macropus giganteus, which translated to gigantic large foot. Taxonomy chart at that time started with kingdom, class, genus, and species. So after his invention of binomial nomenclature and of taxonomy classification, people start using that instead of giving each different species a different name and mixing them up. While the Swedish king Adolf Fredrik granted Linnaeus nobility in 1757. With his ennoblement, he took the name Carl von Linné. The noble family's coat of arms prominently features a twin flower, one of Linnaeus' favorite plant. It was given the scientific name Linnea borealis. In 1778, Carl Linnaeus passed away at the age of 70, and he was put onto the $100 bill of Sweden. Next video, we talk about the other person that was born at the same year as Carl Linnaeus, who also made big discoveries to the world about taxonomy. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe and like the video. See you next time.
Someone wrote this song before, and I could tell you where it's from. The 4736251 to put